Welcome back to Riding Bikes in San Diego. We are on Park and University here, and we're just going to take University to 30th Street, which I feel like is a pretty boring ride, but it kind of should be boring because a safe ride should be a boring ride. I don't know what's going on. I don't know why those cops were there, but anyway, I'm in my Sharo, my Class 3 bike lane, on this downhill, and it's a decent climb from Florida here up to Texas or so, and so we're gonna do that. And this is the main road to get from Hillcrest into North Park, and because of the canyon at Florida Street, it's challenging. And I suppose I could pick up a bike lane up on Lincoln if I went a block north to the left, or I could go a block south and try to pick up a kind of a weaving, meandering connection of neighborhood roads. I'm staying on University because I'm gonna stop at a store on University, and I'm on a pretty big uphill right now, so I'm dealing with that. I don't want to be stuck in the middle of the lane on the red light in case a driver comes up behind me. But it's pretty quiet. This is like the middle of the day. A couple of days ago, it's the middle of a weekday, and it's kind of a ghost town. This does get a little more congested during the rush hours, but this is just your average middle of the weekday. And I'm climbing up a pretty steep hill, and man, I wish there was some kind of actual dedicated space for me to be in. The other side of the road got a big painted bike lane. They took that from 2 lanes down to 1 lane. I don't know why this side doesn't get the same thing with a bus bike lane. Speaking of a bus, you might notice that there's one ahead of us, MTS, and I just point that out. Nothing bad's going to happen with the bus or anything, but for time, I do like comparing riding a bicycle with taking transit. I love transit, and often I find that we're either running neck and neck. Sometimes we're actually going a bit faster than transit. So that's one of the reasons why I like riding a bike so much. I went up on the sidewalk there because, again, I don't want to be in the lane when I'm on the uphill. So I'm taking it slow around here. Then the double bus is doing its stop. So I'm going to get out and I'm just going to go around right there. And that's going to be okay as long as that driver sees me. Whoa. Yeah. Hey. Give them a little smile. They gave me a smile, like, oops. And it's a strange place to be making a left out of. But then I get to enjoy a little downhill before yet another climb on University. I think there would be room for a bike lane here, except they put that concrete median in. That plan was like 20 years old when they put it in, and didn't account for putting in bike lanes. But rather than change the plan, they decided to move forward with a big concrete median and not put in some kind of bike infrastructure. These are the choices that the city makes sometimes. Note that that bus did just pass us, but we'll see what happens. This is like a T, and again, uphill, don't want to be caught on that, so I took it slow going through there. There was nobody there anyway, and we're still on the climb a bit. I will say one thing for the median. I think that it has calm traffic. I don't know. I don't live in this immediate area, but I mean it's pretty chill. We're going along, not any conflicts. Nobody's really giving us a hard time here, and I appreciate that. So yeah, I mean, and if you don't know this neighborhood, we're passing a pretty classic breakfast spot that's pretty busy. We actually just passed another breakfast spot. One of the things, for those who don't know, in San Diego has a habit of following culinary trends pretty hard. So for example, like a donut shop opens, and then a few months later, down the street another donut shop opens, and then around the corner there's another donut shop. And for a while, pizza places were popping up all over the place on 30th. And it's kind of funny, like one place was like, well, we're going to have a smash burger. And now there are smash burgers everywhere. you could measure time in San Diego by culinary waves. There was the mac and cheese craze for a while, and then there was a grilled cheese sandwich trend, and that's all after the truffle fries, and then the bacon Brussels sprouts, and there are just these moments where everyone kind of does the same thing for a second, and it's kind of funny for those paying attention. All of a sudden, there's this one thing that's like, ooh, that's fancy. Waffles came out for a second, and ooh, but not to knock the town that I live in and love, but the culinary game in San Diego needs to improve. We have a lot of food that's a lot expensive and a little boring and mediocre at times. So back to that bus. Remember we caught up to it a while back. We came on it cold. Now it's right here. We're approaching the corner, and they're just leaving the corner. See you later. And I am gonna roll up to my destination, which is what I wanted to do. But I wanted to show you University riding east from Park to 30th. So there we are. From here, I am going to get some film, and then I'm gonna drive less and ride a bike. Thanks.